Hello and good morning. If you're looking to live a healthy life and have a healthy mind during life so that you can actually live life to its fullest, well, this one is for you and it's specifically related to dental and how missing teeth can definitely affect your ability to live life to its potential. Now, for those that don't know, this is my 143rd episode on Discover with Spinati, but I do these podcasts so that people can be more educated with regards to dental information. And also, I do a lot of motivational kind of mental health, kind of resiliency kind of things with regards to giving people certain perspectives just from my own experiences and from my readings and my research. I am Dr. Halim Spinati. For those that are just tuning in, for those that have been tuning in or have come back, welcome back. Today we're talking about why a dental implant can actually save your health. Why dental implant saves your health. We can start off by saying what happens when you are missing teeth. Okay, so when you're missing teeth, the quality of your life decreases. Now, the reason is because of two main things. Teeth act as a functional thing, like for you to actually function properly, so you can chew properly, and two, for you to be able to socialize, for you to be able to have proper self-esteem and confidence when you're smiling without being embarrassed. So those are the two functions with regards to your teeth. Now, how does that affect your health? How does that affect your mental health? Well, in terms of your mental health really is affected by how you look at yourself, how you perceive yourself. And how you perceive yourself is how you perceive the world. Once you channel that energy, then it's a reflection on now how people are going to view you. It's that kind of cycle. And it starts off with the way that you think of yourself. Now, if you look at yourself in the mirror, you don't like the way that you smile, you don't like the way that the way that you look with regards to your teeth, well, that's going to affect your self-esteem quite a bit. And I see that all the time in clinic when I see people come in and then they get a transformation and their entire life completely changes. And I see this over and over again. Like it's become like a regular thing. So I mean, I'm very confident in what I'm saying because I've seen it. I've seen it countless times, and I've done it for many, many years. So I mean, I'm speaking from experience and also from knowledge as well. Now that's from the mind perspective. When it comes to the health perspective, now obviously for you to live a healthy life, you have to control your food. You can't just go out and eat processed foods because processed foods have a lot of sugar and have a lot of salt, have a lot of other garbage in it as well. But those are the two main things. Now, with regards to not having proper teeth, when you don't have all your teeth and they're not all aligned, they're not all properly there, what happens is that you start to then veer off to more processed foods. You start to want to chew things that are easily chewable, that are easily digestible. Well, I mean, the less processed, the harder it is for you to chew it when you're missing teeth. The more processed, the easier it is for you to consume when you're missing teeth. So that's what happens when you start missing teeth, is that you start to want to crave, junk food, not because you want to crave it, it's because it's easier for you to chew it. It's easier for you to consume it. Well, you're consuming a lot of sugars and you're consuming a lot of salts. Well, what does sugars do? What do salts do? Well, a lot of sugars obviously start damaging your arteries. You start, becoming more susceptible to diabetes, to other health related risks. Salts, they start increasing your heart, you start what's it called? You start getting more into heart disease and whatnot, increasing your chances of that. So by you veering off into a more processed type of lifestyle, more processed food type of lifestyle, you start to decrease your health. Now, obviously, when you decrease your body health, that's also going to affect your mental health because everything plays in. And it all starts in the mouth. Yes, everything starts in the mouth. Okay. If your mouth is healthy, that really lends to a healthy mind, and then it lends to a healthy body. Now, here is something I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you something from Google. Okay. So I've already now kind of proven to you that having a healthy mouth leads to a healthy mind and a healthy body. Now, I'm going to show you on Google to save you the trouble, to show you exactly what, and you can do this yourself too. So right here, what I did was that I typed missing teeth, okay, on Google. So that's what I typed. I typed missing teeth, and these are the images that I got. I just want to run you through some of these images. Now, the first thing is when you have straight teeth. So let's look at this. Ignore this implant for a second, but you can see here how this bite is proper. Okay, it's a straight bite here. The teeth here are straight. They're biting properly. The front teeth on the top, they are in front of this, but they're not completely overlapping. This is a healthy bite right here. Okay. Now, what happens when you miss a tooth? When you miss a tooth, if you look at this image right here, when you're missing a tooth, these things are starting to happen. So you start having shifting in your teeth, and you can see it even here on this one. You see how your teeth start to shift. Now, what happens is, as your teeth start to shift, is that your entire jaw becomes deformed. We don't say this enough, is that your jaw actually becomes deformed. Now, if I can show you a picture here, in terms of what happens when your jaw is, or when you're missing teeth, you can see here how now, instead of having that straight profile, the one I just showed you, like this one here, instead of having this very nice straight profile where the teeth are nice and aligned in your bite, like straight here, you get to have something that looks really off, like this, where your teeth, pardon me, where your teeth, I don't know what's going on here. Okay, there we go. Where your teeth here are no longer in line. Now you have something that's really out of line. You can see here how your gum is all out of whack, right? So your gum is doing all these like wave, up and down kind of thing instead of being straight. And here, same thing. So now you don't have any space here. Now you're chewing directly on your gums. So that's what happens over time when you start missing teeth. When you start losing one tooth, and this is all from Google, so you can Google this yourself. When you start missing one tooth, a lot of things start to shift. And I kind of just, showed you that, kind of alluded to it. But I want to show you something else too. So you can see here, this one, you can see how this tooth here is now shifted this way. But we are also seeing is that the bone rather, has become deformed because now the bone has come up. So you look at this. So your bone has actually come up. Your bone is no longer straight, right? So now your entire jaw has become deformed. Now, this is what happens when you're missing one tooth. Just one tooth, that's what happens. What happens if you miss teeth, a lot of teeth? This is what happens to your face when you're missing a lot of teeth. So when you have normal anatomy, normal teeth, and you have normal jawbone, your face looks normal, right? You have normal kind of distance between the lower lip and the chin, and the same distance from, or not same distance, but you have good proportion distance between your nose and your upper lip. Like it's very, very much, it looks good, and it looks like it's functioning well. Okay. Form follows function. So here, same thing. When you start missing teeth, okay, so let's say I already showed you what happens when you miss one tooth. If you miss a lot of teeth, the face here becomes automatically, the person becomes, they start looking old. This, by the way, is the exact same image of this person. They didn't make it so that this person looks older. They just removed the teeth and the effects of the teeth. Here's another picture, right? Same thing. Young person, right? Remove the teeth, start looking old. This is the same thing. This is not years later. This is literally the same day. Remove the teeth, you start getting this. Then you start losing bone, and this young person starts looking incredibly old because of how their face structure has changed, because their jaw morphology has completely changed. Now, what do implants do? Implants are something that preserves your structure. It allows your teeth not to shift. It allows your bone to not completely kind of disappear, not completely resorb, and allows you to function properly. So remember how I said in the beginning, I said that if you have proper bite and you have proper teeth, then you have a much, much better chance of having a proper mind and a proper body and a proper health. If you neglect your oral health, start losing teeth, or you don't actually replace them with implants, then now you're sacrificing everything. You're sacrificing your mental health, because obviously now you won't be able to chew properly, so you won't be able to actually enjoy life. You won't be able to smile properly, and you won't be able to maintain your body health because you won't be able to actually chew the healthy foods. Healthy foods require a lot of chewing, right? The healthier the food, the more chewing it requires of you. Things that are fried are easier to chew, are easier to digest, but they're also worse for your body. the things that are not fried, things that are not processed, things that don't have junk in them, they require chewing. Well, in order for you to chew, obviously you need teeth. So if you're missing teeth, make sure that you consider doing implants. Now, one last thing I want to say with regards to, when people say I can't afford it and whatnot, at Spinetti Dentistry, we do have financing. So if that's something that you're interested in, we do have financing. And financing is great because it allows you that flexibility for you to actually be able to afford proper health so that, instead of, wasting your subscription on whatever subscriptions you have, and I'm pretty sure you have a lot of subscriptions that you're not even using, you can use that. It's literally the same kind of, payment scheme with regards to financing. So you can then start to afford a proper health and improve your health. So that's it. I mean, that's basically it for today. If you have any questions regarding dental implants or what happens when you miss teeth, we're going to come in for a consultation. We're more than happy to help you out. If you have any questions regarding anything besides dental implants or veneers or Invisalign or whatever, feel free to feed them to us and we'll be happy to answer them for you. And as always, keep smiling. Have a good day.